Over the past couple years, Animal Kingdom has finally become a full-day park, but there's still some mistakes that you can make while you're there. Come along with us and find out what they are. Hello and welcome back to the Carousel of Douglas. We are continuing on our journey through the mistakes you should not make in Disney World. We have a number of videos already out. I'll put the links down in the description down below, and you should check those out too. All kinds of tips and tricks on what you should not do in the parks to make sure that you ensure a great day. Now, we're going to continue on today with Animal Kingdom, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to tell you about is food, of course, because I always like talking about food. But don't skip Satu'li Canteen. It is actually a quick service priced meal with sit-down restaurant type food. I'm not kidding. It's amazing. First, I'm going to talk about the bowls. You can get a bowl with either chicken, shrimp, beef, or tofu, and then you pick a base like chunky sweet potatoes or regular potatoes or noodles, and then you pick a sauce over top of it. I like the green sauce. That's my personal favorite. But you just put this bowl together and you have an amazing meal. It comes out in a real bowl because you're in Animal Kingdom and they're trying to be all kinds of eco-friendly, and you can just enjoy the heck out of that meal. It is so good. And on top of that, if you're a fan of the Avatar movie, the Satu'li Canteen is actually that mess hall that they are eating in the movie. They designed it immediately after that mess hall from the movie Avatar, where the Marines are eating and all that other stuff. Pretty cool location. And on top of that, it's just got great food. And then there's the cheeseburger pods. They're so good. They're stupid good. And you can get them on a kid's meal. You only get one, or you can get the adult meal, which has two. And I highly recommend the cheeseburger pods, but don't skip Satu'li Canteen. Oh, real quick side note. This is not about Satu'li Canteen, it's about Flame Tree Barbecue, another quick service location. Just make sure you pay attention to where you sit. There's actually seats that are way better than others. Don't just grab the first one you can get. You walk just a little bit and kind of head down to the right. There's a great pavilion right against the water, and the cavalcades go past. You can see kite tails from there. You can watch people going down Everest. Just trust me, there are better seats than others at Flame Tree Barbecue, but don't skip Satu'li Canteen. Okay, the next one should be obvious, but it's not to some people. You need to rope drop Flight of Passage. If you want to get on that and not wait in an extended line, you need to rope drop it. And we're talking about getting to the park early. If you get to the park at park opening, you're going to be waiting in a 2-hour, 3-hour line. Easy, no problem. No, not even a thought about it. I have a great experience where Michelle and I actually got there. We thought we got there early enough, and the line was all the way back to Africa, and it was just crazy. But then I have another video where I'm pretty much like the second person on the ride, and I actually put that into a behind-the-scenes kind of look at Flight of Passage, where you can see what it looks like when you're riding the ride. You should check out that video. I'll put that in the description down below. But you can see how empty that line was, and we literally got there as the second people into that line. It was so cool to walk that line at high speed, but you should check that out. Like I said though, if you don't get on it at rope dropping, or you don't want to get to that park early, which I understand because it opens up earlier than any of the other parks, try going at night. If you go at night and you get in line, even if the park closes at 10 and you walk into line at 9:59, you are allowed to wait in that line until you get on the ride, even if the park is officially closed. As long as you're in the line before the park closes, they will let you ride the ride as long as it doesn't break down. Just to let you know, you either have to rope drop it, or I would just wait until the end of the night and wait it out at the end when there's nothing else you can do in the park. Okay, the next one is actually a shopping tip. When you're entering into the park and you see the Tree of Life ahead of you, to your right and left are two shops. They seem like they're the same, but they're actually not. To the right, you have the Discovery Trading Company, and to the left, you have the Island Mercantile Company. And I highly recommend that you check out both of those shops. And here's why. I have found some very interesting merchandise there that I did not see anywhere else. I'm not talking about the World of Disney store or at the Emporium at Magic Kingdom. I just didn't find it anywhere else. And all of a sudden, it was just kind of there in those Animal Kingdom shops. For some reason, those two shops, whoever is curating their supply, does an excellent job of just getting extremely rare, hard to find Disney things. I mean, one of the things that I found that was at the time I hadn't seen it anywhere is this great baseball jersey. I'll throw in a picture of it so you can see what I'm talking about. I found this great Walt Disney World baseball jersey, and I hadn't seen it at any other store. And you often find things like that in those two stores. So check out the Discovery Trading Company and the Island Mercantile. All right, you will not be disappointed because you might find a rare Disney find or something you weren't able to find anywhere else. The next one's a quick one. You all know that I don't like getting wet on rides. If you see me talk about Splash Mountain, or if you see me talk about Cali River Rapids, you'll hear me say I don't like getting wet on rides. It's just one of my least favorite things in amusement parks. I love those rides. They're awesomely themed, but I just don't ride them very often because I don't want to get wet. And that's our tip. Don't take anything on Cali River Rapids that you aren't intending to get wet, because it probably will. There's nowhere to store things on the ride. They won't give you anything. You might be able to get a plastic bag from one of the mercantile shops to protect your electronics, but don't take anything you're not willing to get wet on Cali River Rapids. Our final tip of the day of things you don't want to do when you're in Animal Kingdom is don't get on Kilimanjaro safaris in the middle of the day, especially during the summer when it's hot. Because if you don't like being out in the heat, neither do the animals. And if you get on that ride in the middle of the day, you're gonna either find them all laying down or hiding in the shade or hard to see. You probably won't see the lions. I mean, pretty much you will not see the animals the way you want to see them. There's 2 times that we recommend, and 1 time that I've heard is a good time to go, but I've never witnessed it. So the 2 times we recommend is right at the beginning of the day. Rope drop, flight of passage, then go over to Kilimanjaro Safaris and get on it. It'll probably only have like a 35 minute wait at that time. And the other time is like after dinner time, like after 5:30, 6 o'clock, when it starts really cooling off as the sun starts setting. That's the other time, because at the cooler times, the animals are way more active, and they're also more interested in feeding at those times too. So you might see them actively trying to find food. Now, the third time I've heard is a good time, but I've actually never done it and never been able to actually, is go on it while it's raining. I've heard that in those heavy storms, if they do allow the trucks to move, which they do, the animals will be extra active because the rain is kind of acting like a coolant for them. And so in the middle of the day, then you might be able to do it. So again, Kilimanjaro safaris, avoid the middle of the day. In the heat of the day, the animals will be way less active and you'll just won't have as good of a safari. Okay? All right, there you have it, folks. There's our list of your don't do's in Animal Kingdom to make sure that you have a great time on your excellent adventure there. I hope that it's been helpful to you. If you'd like to check out the rest of the series of don't do videos, please go ahead and do that. We also have lots of park vlogs and all kinds of other interesting things about Animal Kingdom that you should check out. Again, we have enjoyed having you here. If you could give this video the thumbs up button, we'd really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, and because those 2 things really help out the channel in more ways than you could possibly know. Also, leave a comment down below. What's something you want to tell people not to do in Animal Kingdom? What's a mistake that I might have missed? Add it to the comments down below. We'd love to hear it. And because we don't like to say goodbye, because we're gonna see you real soon, we say, see you bye. All right, our final tip of the day is about the Kilimanjaro safaros. Blah, blah, blah. What the heck was that? Kilimanjaro safaros. Well, that's going to be at the end as a blooper.